Urban refugees residing in Nairobi are now asking the government to prioritise the implementation of the 2021 Refugee Act to enable them integrate and contribute to the economy of the communities within which they live. The refugees decry the denial of their rights as enshrined in the Act due to the slow pace of implementation of the Act. And as Brenda Wanga reports, they're hopeful that 2023 will see their fortunes change.
Kenya is host to close to 500,000 refugees drawn from over 8 countries in the region. While a large percent of them are confined in the refugee camps in Garissa and Turkana, a good number of them have gone outside the borders of the camps and are living in Nairobi. Ayan Yusuf is one such refugee. She is among 90,000 refugees living in the city, originally from Somalia, but has been here for close to 2.5 decades. Educated in Kenya, Ayan is a psychologist by training, but hasn't been able to secure employment in her field of work despite her qualification.
Yeah, I'm able to practice, but sometimes it's very hard applying for a job. That's why I'm doing volunteer work and helping the community itself.
Ayan says the challenge of getting the necessary documentation to enable urban refugees like her get meaningful and gainful employment also means that they are unable to contribute to the economy of their host communities and utilize their talents and energies.
I have seen that some people wait for 5 years. 5 years, you have to provide for your family, you have to have a house, right? So actually it's very hard. That's why people actually, they give up on having a work permit and they will start doing some like hawking and all that.
Refugees, both in camps and the urban ones, had placed their hopes of change in the passage of the Refugee Act of 2021 that was signed into law in 2021 by former President Uhuru Kenyatta. That act granted refugees a slew of rights that will not only allow them better access to education, but also employment opportunities, as well as allow them to integrate into the local communities. The Act also dictates that refugees shall be enabled to contribute to the economic and social development of Kenya by facilitating access to documentation at both levels of government. It further grants refugees a right to engage either individually or as a group in gainful employment or practice a profession or trade that they are qualified for. Aside from that, the Act also grants refugees a right to identification and civil registration documents for the purposes of access to rights and services. Nearly 2 years after the signing of that piece of legislation into law, refugees say its implementation has been slow at best. Refugees are still struggling to access their rights and some have to go through proxies to earn a living.
Mimi najua guy alikuwa na duka amefunguliwa na rafiki yake with his business permit, with his ID, maybe anatumia ID yake for bank account. You know, it's risk. Let's say that you worked for some time and pesa yako na kila kitu yako imeenda because you trusted a friend.
My name is Rukia.
Rukia, a community leader amongst the refugee community in Nisili, says documentation remains a major impediment to the economic progression of refugees and the communities they live in.
A refugee cannot be employed in Kenya without the Class M. And it's very hard for a refugee to get the Class M work permit from the government, because the government is the one who issue the Class M work permit.
And as the new year of 2023 kicks off, refugees like Ayan are hopeful that the government will move with speed to implement the Act and give them a chance at living near ordinary lives as their host communities.
It's because refugees deserve to receive the same rights as citizens, and majority of them were living in this country for more than 3 decades.
Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV, Nairobi.